This is... I think on support positions they got what they want. In every game, Snapfire 4 at the moment and Ogre 5 looks their strongest duo. Strongest support.
The Ogre's a new though, but yes, I will agree. Otherwise,
But what's the win rate? It's new, but it's been winning.
I'm with you, but I think their go-to back in the day was ET, and now ET seems to have just completely fallen off.
Which is weird, a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Talking about lack of damage, always make sure you don't have a lack of damage.
For sure.
Because it's always percentage based.
That's why
hero's percentage based.
when we talk lack of damage from supports, it's not necessarily like the supports themselves are doing the nukes. Like for Warlock, it's mainly fatal bonds.
Yeah, of course.
It's enhancing whatever damage you already have. Same thing with ET. It's amplifying your existing damage that is supposed to come from your cores.
Yep.
Or your Ogre, you carry a big stick.
Or don't. That.
Die.
That stand up.
That big stick. They took it away and hit him with it.
I mean, how often have you seen Ogre go into mine?
That is the first time I've seen that lane though. Snapfire Chaos Knight. That is a savage lane.
That's wrong. That's a lot of them.
I have Snapfire now on the side of Elephant. We'll see if they pair it out with anything like that.
Last game
Slardar
FY
banned out.
didn't look good on it. Like
Yeah.
he died like 4 or 5 times in the early game just by tree and walking up to him.
But most games he looks
Yeah. Last game I think came off. FY in general is really stable.
Even in Season 1, FY has been outperforming his colleagues on the side.
Why did they ban Slot? Sure, it's good together with Snap.
Are they getting Life Stealer or something?
They have a bad one. They could shield that thing off.
It's true. Maybe they're just worried about the lanes.
Who knows
Do you
what great minds are
question
thinking?
ROTK? Are you actually? It's
Well, RTK is
yeah, that's why I couldn't. In my mind,
draw your eyes away.
you
Matt is a
can't.
new kid on the block.
Yes. Rare. Usually these coaches are like long-time veterans of the scene. They're like, oh,
Probably handpicked by Lanham. He's like, I like you.
I like you because you like everything that I do. Here,
that is true.
I need a supporting voice in this team.
Some Western captains have been criticized for just recruiting yes men as their coaches.
Yeah. Not all of them. There are a couple that I've heard of as well.
And a bunch of coaches turned to yes man after a while.
Yeah.
Coach anymore.
You need to challenge the thoughts.
Challenge the draft to say yes all the time. Build anything.
Yeah, but don't challenge it if it's good.
Yeah.
Right.
I said, yeah, that's the challenge of a coach, right?
Yeah.
You want to be an enhancement to the not.
You can maybe talk about the negatives of the draft, but if you're doing it during the drafting stage, it might just bring the morale of the team down.
What was that pick, bro? I told you not to pick that, man.
Like, why did you pick that? And then they win with it, and you lose all of your credibility. Like this thing.
What if there's no Phoenix can prove Aster? Yes, sir. Hey, one guy giggling, one guy facing out. I guess I'll do it myself.
What are you talking about? I'm deep in the mind.
No, he's facing
Oh, okay.
You're the guy giggling.
Just having a chuckle. Ban out the Ursa. It definitely seems like they're gearing up for a Lifestealer. I'm with you. Seems these bans are a little bit suspicious.
Yeah, Morphling, Slardar, Ursa, all of these heroes that really crush him.
How about a lefty Nick?
They can go for the Phoenix, and I mean Juggernaut's still in the pool, so I feel like Aster first phase the Mars, then they're like, okay, we need to make sure that either we take the Lifestealer or the Juggernaut, and then we have a good answer.
Yeah, but if you take Phoenix, you're playing it against not only Snapfire but Bloodlust. There's a bunch of attacks people inside. But you could, because you have Mars, right? You don't care. But wait, Bristle into the spear.
Yeah.
It's not like impossible. It's annoying, but you can. Like,
It's
if you
possible,
live through
yeah.
it, then
And you can actually be positioned one Bristle here, but the Ogre, like, plus the Bristle.
I could see it.
What's the max damage that you rolled Bristle?
Before Scepter or after Scepter?
Before Scepter, it's like 300.
Yeah.
After Scepter,
Scepter doesn't do anything to you.
You get more Warpath stack. Because you don't have a cast animation. You get more casts off.
how many?
Yeah, but still,
think you-
5-7.
Really? Definitely seen Bristles get more Warpath stacks after they get Scepter because
I mean, they start to fight maybe with more.
But you get like 500.
yeah, I think it's something like that. Maybe I'm thinking of
That's
Shard.
with the talent. No, you get. Maybe you think you get more Warpath because they come into a fight with more because they just keep spamming QW.
Maybe.
But it's 5-7-9 always.
What about with Hairball though? Hairball's another spell, so she.
No, but there's a max stack.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a cap on Warpath. You're right.
Otherwise, you would just have like 1,000 damage.
Yeah, I think you're right. Then he just
Yeah.
buffs them to fly with like way more damage.
Yeah, it's like 9, I think. What is 30 per stack, and then the talent gives you like another 30 or so.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So yeah, he's gonna be hitting like a truck.
60.
That's the strength of the hero, right? You don't need to itemize damage.
Wow,
Deal
look at that. Life Stealer actually taken by Elephant because all of the heroes that are good against him banned out. But
Shadow Demon.
to Shadow Demon. Now you have Shadow Demon versus Life Stealer and versus a Bristleback. I want to see Borax, who most likely will be playing it, to breed the hell out of this boy and just farm that back.
That boy a Philly.
Give him a Philly, give him an axe.
Come on, bro.
I mean, not bad, right?
It's not bad.
Pretty solid versus
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Life
you're
Stealer.
laughing now. If you're losing this game, you ain't going to the major, bro.
Alright, need to pick up a mid laner for Aster, which I guess is going to land up against Bristle, or is this an off lane Bristleback?
I think it's gonna be. I mean, China quite
say.
likes it off lane.
Yeah.
If it wasn't China, I would say mid. But because it's China, I'm gonna say off lane.
And you do have the last pick side of Elephant, so you'd be able to adjust accordingly to where they put and who they pick last. That is
Yeah, Venoman.
for who asked it?
For
Elephant.
Elephant. Off lane Veno.
Yeah,
Versus Abaddon?
Europe or NA would pick that against the Troll Warlord, but yeah, versus Abaddon it does complicate it a little bit.
You think you can't purge of the
Poison
Poison
Sting?
Sting.
poison?
You
Yeah.
can, but you don't have Gale. Gale is it's pretty massive in the
What's
I
up
just hate playing full.
What's up with the Shadow Demon? Why'd they go through all these bans, Morphling, Slardar, Ursa, and then end up picking Shadow
they
Demon?
took it versus Bristle and versus okay, Life Stealer was picking to him, which is another bonus. But
Sure.
they picked it versus a Bristle because of the ulti and the Axe and the Soul Catcher, and then you're gonna have another ulti versus Life Stealer that you can apply on Rage. So
Yeah.
It goes through BKB. Very solid pick. My worries for Team Aster are reiteration of what we said at the beginning of the draft. It's damage. Early on damage. Shadow Demon Mars enough. Troll doesn't bring too much early on. They need that extra oomph from one of the spirits would do.
Or a White Album Puck?
One of the spirits with Vessel or the Puck. Sure, you're
Sure.
on fire. Argue with that. They played Puck before. It again.
Now it's time for Dragon Knight.
Dragon Knight once again, yeah.
Triple Void.
Would
Triple-
they
triple-
struggle with damage?
Triple Chunk Boys versus the Shadow
Oh,
Demon
early
again.
on, definitely.
That Soul Catcher.
Dragon Knight.
And they
Triple
do-
Shock, boys.
I mean, it was pretty obvious. Now the question is,
I don't know why you didn't go for a Vessel builder on Team Act.
I don't know why you
any
didn't just
spirit
go, like, Jesus.
or
You're waiting for me to go first, right?
I mean, I'll go Elfin. Oh, yeah, let me go one more time. Hold on. You know, I really prefer elephant. Look at that. Listen to those horns. That is the sound of an elephant that is ready to trample right here, right now. Make a case for the major. Get into tiebreakers. Force 3 teams at the top and 2 teams at the bottom of the major into a crazy tiebreaker forever. I'm going elephant. Bam.
Yeah, I think you spent all our time with that the introduction, so I'm just gonna go with Team Aster, I believe. I think, you know, they have two saves, a ton of kiting potential, once again, and the only thing I'm worried about is the damage output against these 3 beefy boys. Dragonite, Lifestealer, and Bristleback might end up as a game number 1. We'll see. Like, I'll still go with Aster.
Ooh, who's gonna join me? Is Aster the mouse? I guess Aster's the mouse. I wonder, are elephants actually scared of mice?
I think that's a myth.
Ooh, getting around Somnus already. This could be a problem for heroes here. They've got themselves the stun. Somnus with the rolling axis goes down to Monet. They'll get first blood, and that is not the start that elephant needs.
Are afraid of this mouse, Aster, who got the first blood? Monet got the first blood, so off to a good start. Let's see what he's bringing. Magic Wand and the Slippers. Like, this actually makes a difference in the laning stage. Just free gold for them. And I already see 2 raid bands queued up. This time around, I don't want him to go Battle Fury. I want him to get the Maelstrom or the Diffusal Blade and keep fighting with the team. They have 2 saving abilities. Because against Dragonite, magic damage is really good, so Maelstrom sounds fine. But also Diffusal Blade against these heroes, Lifestealer can get like the second rage off in a team fight, the slow. Mana Burn against Bristleback is gonna work out quite fine. So one of these 2, I want to see what he decides to get.
To see as time goes on if he'll maybe even go back to that Battle Fury, which you don't want to see, but see how the game progresses. You've got Somnus, who already died once in that exchange for first blood. It went to Monet, so we'll be up here against White Album XXS back on this Mars. We've seen him play this Mars oh so well, and when he's someone who you can kind of rely on to land those spears with the Dream Coil, you could be looking at danger here for Elephant.
Danger. Okay. How's Red Panda doing? So far, 0 deaths, looking good. He tends to die a bit more than the usual position 5s. Borax, I was thinking what item build he's gonna go. I like what I see. Just mana boots into Aghanim Scepter. So you will have a break mechanic against Lifestealer, Dragonite, Bristleback. Yeah, it's a game-changing item. You know, if they find the fillet, he's set up for a really good game.
The only question is, can he utilize it more than
you have 3
Red Panda was
charges
able to?
Against 3 heroes that you want to break, and also you have a Dispel, so that means you remove possible like Solar Crest, Bloodlust. I like it quite a lot. Want to see how many stacks is he gonna make. He can also be the one who's farming the stacks.
Be interesting if he just went like, I know he's going Arcane Boots, which I agree with, but it would have been interesting if he had just gone Boots, straight Ags.
You need some
into
mana.
Shard. Just the complete greed. It's actually already got 500 gold to work with, so you know, he's holding on, hoping that he can get those Arcane Boots. Things pretty quiet after that first blood that happened in that mid-exchange before the Horn. Red Panda. Kind of see if he can really help Eurus out here. It's not like the last Ogre game when he was getting his armor reduced to 0.
Different game for sure.
Yeah.
It's a good Lifestealer lane. He's starting with the stick. Borax this time around, going with the Disruption, even though Shadow Poison got a buff. one shot of poison, really not that strong. It's mana consuming, you're being annoying, but disruption lasts for 11 seconds, so you can potentially get some denies, get some good damage. Lifestealer, he should not struggle. Like, Lifestealer should free farm in this lane. So let's see what the Ogre decides to get. Just a bit more damage, Ignite plus Fire Blast. That's gonna be a lot of slow. Like, once they start to get those right clicks going, Lifestealer at the moment doesn't deal too much damage. It's all about that. I'll get a phase boost, try to chase you down.
And get rooted for a second. FY playing the face of Monet, just throwing those right clicks out. Yang not the easiest to kill in this lane. The lockdown is basically just that root. All they've got so far, and Aster with a 1k advantage already. Laning going similar to the last game. See how Somnus is doing. Over mid, Soul Ring, Boots, going Treads, lost that courier.
It's Dragon Knight's favorite lineup. I think everyone knows that. He cannot be killed by Puck. He gets 2 points in Dragon Blood. Davion, just a strong hero in the mid lane. With the introduction of the Water Runes, get some extra regeneration, extra mana. Also, Soul Ring got a buff in terms of gold. About 50 gold. That's one of the reasons why we see this hero more often. How's Puck doing in terms of levels? Level 5 just now. Already had the TP back. Same thing happened in game 1.
Where he takes so much damage. Not that I think he's gonna die in that situation, but just to come back into lane, get Dragon-tailed, hit with the Breathe Fire, and down to a quarter of your health immediately is not a great feeling.
I remember the days when Dragon Knight stun dealt 25 damage, and if you reduce it by 25% magic resistance that the hero got, literally no damage. You actually did not deal damage with that spell. It was 25, 50, 75, 100. Now it's a 160, so it's actually, you can feel the damage. It's a long duration stun. Bottom lane, Red Panda.
Trying to escape, right clicks in.
Salve.
He's up on the high ground, all right.
He can deny himself to
Album's
Ancients.
coming over.
Yeah. Now if he can time it.
No, White Album got it with the Waning Rift. Just on the edge too, I think. One of the things that I've noticed from Lanham at least, we've been trying to make stacks here, or FY's been trying to make stacks, and a couple times Lanham has come over, they've blocked the Ancient Camp, and he's come over to body block the Ancient Camp himself. So you're trying to create more gold opportunity for Bristle, who's not exactly having the best lane in the moment, and at least so far, Lanham's did a good job of just slowing that down.
The stacks, very important. Let's see if there are any stacks. One big camp stack. Stack for Team Aster. Well, a lot of stacks for Bristleback. Like, this is where he recovers. We'll have Vanguard done in 50 gold.
He's got a triple stack in that big camp and a double on that Ancient Camp. Disruption used. Fly in on this. They'll bring over Red Panda with the Ignite. Go to the Elder Dragon for him to chase Borax. That is no longer a camp, so you can't deny yourself into the trees, and they'll get the kill onto Borax. Look at the Shadow Demon, they'll finally put themselves one up on the board. So, Vanguard finished for Yang. DK, what's he gonna go for? Nothing queued up just yet.
I should be just power turns into Blink Dagger, into BKB.
Right.
Pretty standard stuff. Might even decide to get like Halberd's okay. I don't think you want to buy full Heaven's Halberd. Maybe it will be Bristleback's job to kite against the troll. Maybe Lifestealer also gets it, because you have 3 strength cores, so a lot of heroes that can buy it. Bottom lane, Lifestealer. Let's see if they decide to go with a spear. They do. Instant rage. Very hard to kill Lifestealer. At the bottom, a bit too much HP, especially if he gets the armlet mid lane.
A little bit of an interesting move. I love doing that with Snapfire.
Pocket does not even have a point in coil at the moment. Level 7. Very interesting.
Is there a reason not to have coil? Does he expect not to be moving that much? Because Puck's also a hero that you get a coil down, you can get some solo kills. It's a little bit tougher, I would say, against getting Ogre, but maybe Snapfire feels very vulnerable. We're not going to get this.
I don't think I've seen Puck not getting coil level 6. Yes, he just does not want to rotate. Instead, like that one extra point in Illusory Orb makes you kill the creep wave much faster. And now he's going to be in the jungle. Borax wants to soak up some XP from this one. Going to give him mana as well.
So finally we bring Yang over, and they know they need to because Lanham came over and spotted those stacks. So the time is now to take this. Somnus will take a couple on that.
Lanham pretending to be AFK. Soaking up the XP. A lot of XP shared between all of these heroes. Bristleback still gets ton of farm from it.
Yeah, that's a lot of farm top.
Yeah, decent farm top. Troll decides to go for Diffusal Blade. I like that. I said it's not a battle-free game. I want to see which one of these two he can get. I'm kind of preferring the Diffusal Blade, especially against Bristleback. Like, Lifestealer's mana pool is very low. He uses 1 Infest, 1 Rage, a couple of right clicks. Does not have enough mana for a second Rage.
Bristleback holding Fairy's Trinket. There was Chip Vest available. They're gonna go. Eurus infesting, and the arena committed. He's in trouble. He's just dead.
Had
Monet
a fairy
comes with
fire,
success.
but I don't think it's enough. Maybe if he had the armlet, but these two cores can bring him down, and we can see that there's already a setup on the top lane, possibly to try to push a tower, because bottom lane, Monet, like, he puts a lot of pressure on this tower. Let's see if they decide to rotate or just try to trade, because Lanham is top, soaking up some XP. I don't think Lanham minds dying here if he can get something out of it.
Seems like you get Lanham again in the trees, just being a nuisance. The Aphotic Shield will pop. And they know you're there. Amplify searching, but Somnus is dying. They get the kill there with the Dream Coil. I mean, they're not taking the tower out quickly at all. He's only level 5 here on Lanham. Finally, they'll find him. Yang gets credit for that kill, but you've lost your Lifestealer and your DK while you've had these heroes top slash in
Lanham
the trees.
just bought a bit of a time.
Yeah.
I got some XP. They managed to, as I said, take the bottom tower, which will allow Troll to get closer to his Diffusal Blade. That's the big timing for them. 2 saves, you will have a Disruption. You will have Abba on top of it. Abba holding a tome. I'd prefer if he gives the tome to Shadow Demon. If Shadow Demon can get some XP in the jungle, that's fine. But let's see, he's still stacking. Borax just being efficient. Not too much farm on him. Going towards that Aghanim Scepter that we discussed. 3 core heroes that can be broken on the enemy side. 3 charges once you get that Axe. He's playing for the 17-minute mark. Get that Philly online, which will help you quite a lot. Smoke from Aster.
Ooh, they might come over and catch Yang with no health left, and yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. They've got the arena as well as the spear. They get the kill onto Yang. He just finished off that hood. He's got his next item, and the game is still sitting close in terms of net worth, but Aster moving around the map really well at the moment.
They get the big chunk of gold, and they steal some of the stacks, so they share the XP from that, so good stuff from Team Aster. Red Panda, still level 5. I feel like he always struggles. He always struggles to get levels.
Yeah, he's very sacrificial. It's a completely different play style to, say, X-Nova.
Even Lanham to one extent, where Lanham will get the items burrow time. Ready, White Album jumps in, gets the haste rune.
So that'll get popped. They'll throw the ignite. They'll try to TP away, and well, they have nothing to stop that. Lanham will lose his courier though. Blade picked up for Puck. You've got Borax and Eurus going up against each other in the top lane, and he's already got that staff. One component of that Axe.
I wouldn't mind if he jungles for a bit to get some gold from that. If the game slows down, the Diffusal Blade is ready. On
Blink
Troll.
Dragon Tail. through into the Abaddon, who does not have borrowed time again, but he does have the Aphotic Shield, soaking up a lot of that with kisses. They do get this kill onto the Abba, but it's just Abaddon. The question becomes, is that, you know, those kills on this Abaddon, are they worth it?
Not really. This is the second one. It's position 5 job. You know, count things out, break the smokes, think the gang, and exactly what he's doing. Lamb just having a really good read of the game. Meanwhile, Borax on top lane just also getting some farm for himself. Dragonite with a Blink Dagger done. We talk about the Bristleback. He's very tanky. Of course, standard stuff coming out from him. Vanguard and Hood.
Yang. Nice. It's not Vanguard. Hood. You see that enough though at this point? Like it seems like his game is just so like slow. We're not feeling his presence.
They still don't have anything to counter the Bristleback at the moment. It's more about focusing other heroes, mostly supports, take out the Snap Bar before she can get any spells off. That'd be ideal, and they want these prolonged team fights using the multiple saves. The saves are still very limited, so one disruption, so the cooldown is a bit too high, but then you have Aquatic Shield, which is maxed out.
Getting another component, Borax. It's got that point booster.
He's getting there.
And this is without the fillet.
Couple of minutes until the fillet can drop. Mars just picked up a Blink Dagger. I want to see a smoke. I want to see a fight. One fight with the Troll Diffusal Blade, even pre-BKB, because he feels super strong. They have very limited stuns. If Puck goes on, one hero deletes a support. He's removing the stun.
Coil.
Then
the damage onto the DK. Do they have enough to get the kill? He's surviving for now. Fires that cookie away, but right into the arena. They get the kill to Somnus. They're going to look over a little below. FY will fall with Somnus. 2 kills there through the side of Aster. They'll take out Red Panda's courier, and they will look for another. Man, they're going to run down this lifesteal. They put back on the Snapfire to pop borrowed time.
Say, you know, just use the kisses, but borrowed time, and White Album will delete another support. This time around, going for the Witchblade, which I really like more than what he had in game number 1, where they had like no damage. Witchblade gives them that damage, takes 25 damage talent on top of it. The shiny new Blink Dagger picked up on Mars, and we see what Troll with the Diffusal Blade can do. This is going to get them closer to BKB. They have no abilities that go through magic immunity, so this Troll is going to be pretty safe. We'll see it fight again. Coil on Dragonite. It was a good cookie that didn't snap the coil.
Yeah, and then Mars is just right, you know, with that Blink Dagger. I think this is the first fight with, and I mean, it's just been a completely different elephant from game 1, and they're gonna take out Yang again. There's no way he gets out. I don't know what's changed, but game 1 they looked perfect. That was the elephant you were expecting the entire year. Game 2, they had it, and then they let it go. And now here, game 3, it's just
falling apart.
Yeah, they've been demoralized from the loss in game 2, maybe. I don't. This just, you watched this team through the off season, you know, and they were doing well in the Dota Pit events. They were doing well in the online events, and it felt like this team could compete.
It's just the competition in China is brutal.
It's so brutal. Yeah, it's brutal. And they have not been able to find an answer to make it, potentially, to not make it to a major. They're only 3K behind, but this game certainly doesn't look promising in the moment.
They lose this one, they don't go to the major. Yeah. Dragon at Blink again. There's gonna be a Dispel, not the target that you want to go for. Monet flops rolling axes, mana gone.
Yeah, Sam is just getting run down here. He's got no mana. Fire Snap because he's trying to get some distance, but that's just not happening. They get killed a Borax, so they get themselves at least one. Yang moving in the here around Red Panda as well. They will get onto this Ogre, and Bristle's still surviving quite a bit.
Light's gonna want to
finally comes in, gets the invest, and it's not going to be enough. They'll get the kill on a Yang, and now Eurus from Monet. Getting low, Fire Staff
Good
cooking
cookie.
lands. All right, they get themselves something out of that, and now he's been spewed across the river. He's being controlled, he's getting kited, they've got themselves through heroes here. Eurus trying to survive, Armor toggling, and they get the kill on Atlanta with that by using the little shredder. Eurus thinking about going back in. This doesn't go all too poorly, but now the spear comes out, the rage was used, Eurus still trying to survive. Well, trying to help out XX, but they've got the
Another
Fire
arm.
Staff again. The Armor toggling, going after White Album, and they get
He's
the full
done it.
team wipe. How do Elephant get away with that? Eurus looking like a madman. The Armor toggling was unbeatable.
And that was before Deso, so he was lacking that minus armor, had just the Blight Stone, but good armor toggle coming back into the fight and just going with them. We're gonna see that again. I believe it's a bit premature ulti on Troll, not sure it's needed there. Like, you get the more damage, more attack speed, the more mana burn, which equals more damage. I'm still a bit worried because you're full HP and you're not utilizing the lifesteal correctly, and Abba can save you only for some time, only until he has mana. Shadow Demon needs 300 gold to get that Aghanim Scepter. It seems like Elephant wants to go inside a bit. Lifestealer is low HP.
That's the kind of urgency, the kind of resilience that you need to see in this game. Like, that has to come out. You can't be timid, and they made a move, they made it work, and now, potentially, they've got themselves
Can
an
they steal
Aegis.
it?
Oh, almost! Dream Coil comes down, they get the Aegis out of his hands, but they end up losing White Album. Monet's coming in from the side, yeah, he's gonna show him his back
BKB
because
getting
he's got
delivered.
bristles on his back. Monet, he's gonna run out of the arena. They've got Eurus going out of the arena as well with the Rage. The walk forward on Lanham, thought the kisses will get kill, or actually Eurus gets credit for it, so he's got a double kill. White Album has buyback, he won't use it. An Elephant back-to-back victories in fights.
Big move from Elephant. Huge move. They go inside the pit, they take the Aegis right on time. Puck was very close to stealing it. If he was there like a second or two earlier, might have got it. Eurus still drops after picking it up, so not too much value from that Aegis. As a Sange, let's see if he decides to get Heaven's Halberd. I wouldn't mind seeing a full Heaven's Halberd against the Troll. But someone will need to get it. You have 3 strength cores, Bristleback. Okay, Bristleback's getting one, because he had Axe queued up. I don't necessarily think you need 2. Dragonite going into BKB, pretty standard out from him.
I wouldn't mind this Ags in these fights for Bristol.
Eventually, we'll get it. I think that should be his next item. Lifestealer has S and Y queued up now. Probably gonna go, like, because you have a bit of overlapping with the items. Both Lifestealer and Dragonite want to get AC. They need attack speed. They want that extra armor. And the Lifestealer actually decides to get Heaven's Halberd, the second one.
So 2 halberds. We'll see if the disarm is enough, if the kiting is there.
You need to get status resistance against it. Other way is just it'll last for 2. So I think well, might go back to it. You don't necessarily need to get it straight away if you feel that there's much need control. Bash is okay. We have that Aghanim Scepter. Aghanim Scepter done. 3 charges on Demonic Purge. It's a break mechanic, so you break Bristleback, you break Dragonite, Lifesteal, 2 of his abilities.
They need to get on Borax.
Dispel, you remove Bloodlust. We don't have any extra armor coming up. Ogre, I mean, he does have a medallion, okay. Long way until he gets a bigger item. And success, jumping in.
Yang's gonna be the first victim of this. Yeah, there it is. They break out on the with the Barrow Trance. They look to get the damage under the Yang. They'll use the Fire Cookie that ends up snapping the Dream Core. Yang's gonna be able to walk out of this with the Fire popped out Lano. They've got the stun and disarm out into Monet. They look to get the kill out on Lano, who no longer has the borrowed time. His time is up. His spear back is dragging, and it's not gonna be enough here from Borax as he ends up dead too. A double kill here for Eurus, and even with the break mechanic,
It's not enough.
Get enough.
It comes to that point again where it feels like they don't have enough damage. Even with the break mechanics, everyone is super tanky. He used all 3 charges, so it's going to be a long replenish time until he has all 3 back online. Philosopher's Stone found.
Like that, it's 3 minutes until he's got all 3 back. And they didn't even kill Yang. broken and connected to the arena.
Still not enough.
Yeah. I really thought that axe would be a big boost in damage output, but still lacking. All of a sudden, Elephant have a 2K lead. Nice. Steeler going AC, so he'll be the one who picks it up, and Orchid for the DK. Let's see if it's Ags next for Yen. He hasn't queued anything up just yet. Because when you've got those really closed-in fights like that, that seems like a great option. Just Viscous Nasal. Make everybody sticky.
He's going into Heart. At least that's what he has queued up. I guess his main concern right now is just being able to survive through initial burst.
Right.
With the break mechanic, but if he... I wouldn't mind seeing some armor. Right now sitting at 8.
Tome there for the Snapfire. Trying to get to that level 15 as well as get that third point in the ult as quickly as possible. Red Panda, he is 20 gold away from having that sword crystal. Look at the damage on a Somnus.
And
They just ripped him apart.
Break mechanic. They have no bashes. Monet, he was thinking about getting a basher, but after seeing 2 Heaven's Halberd being done, wants to lower the duration on it, so is building some status resistance with S and Y. 25%, so 1/4 less duration, or 25%, whatever you want to call it.
Simpletons, me included. So there's the Solar Crest XSS coming. Triangle, he's trying to farm up his own heart. Red Panda moving on this and spotting these heroes inside their triangle. White Album near, and Roche, it's a long ways out. So there's a long time till that next Aegis Cheese Shard coming through from Roche. See how these teams try to posture and what they have before that, you know, that probable fight coming in at the Roche pit.
XXS wants to get Overwhelming Blink. I've seen players trying to get
Interesting.
earlier Overwhelming Blinks. I think it has a lot of potential. It makes you tankier, the extra move speed, the attack speed slow, and that damage is not that strong because you don't have that much strength. It's all about that slow mechanic. I was wondering what happened because my shop was bugged. I swear I saw Pele drop for Team Aster, but no one was holding it. And finally, 25 minutes in, Shadow Demon has it.
And now he's got it. We'll see. He's going Blink next for the positioning, which should be nice. And they do go, yeah, so he had Heart queued up. Now goes, like you said, to the Overwhelming Blink. Wants Deso next.
50% move speed slow and 50 attack speed slow that lasts for 6 seconds. It's quite a lot. And also 200 damage plus 100% of your strength right now, sitting at 120. So that's gonna be, you know, 300, 350 AoE damage.
Okay.
Not too bad. With the 10-second cooldown, if you can get that like twice, slow them down. S and Y being delivered to Troll. From 2 Heaven's Halberd, not gonna last for full 3-second duration, gonna be around like, you can do the math, 25% times 3, 7, like 2.3 pretty much.
Spear lands, that's gonna hit into Yang, and he's in some trouble. Fire Snap, he actually is a bit deeper, but does get the stun for the Abaddon as well. Monet, they've got the signs coming out. Puck, that's through from Sonic. Arena down. BKB being popped here by the DK. They go up to enemies, pop the borrowed time. They want to get these kills, but they've got the break onto the Dragon Knight. That will send him going the other way. Tree coil down, and that's through on the 4. big time here for White Emblem. He starts to spin the record, and they've got the break. Break off this bristle, but it still feels like it's taking a little bit of damage. Mortimer's Kiss is coming in, White Emblem onto the back lines, getting the kill on a Red Panda. The Mortimer's Kiss is on a Monet, it's not going to be enough. Land the spear on the Yang, they'll get the kill onto the bristle. Eurus, FY, can they do it alone again? They'll TP out on Eurus, he'll get out of there. Overwhelming blink right onto FY, he's trying to look at that slow. With the waning rift, he's slowed up so much, and they'll get the force.
Oh, not a good timing for them. They pretty much cleaned them up. You can see the power of Troll. They're taking good care of him in the fights. And I want to see this. This is a big item. If Lanham can get Vlad, it's super expensive item for a position 5 to farm, but will give them that extra damage and lifesteal, which he does not have at the moment. Building into Basher, understands that lifestealer needs to be locked down. Has something against the BKB, so... And break mechanic. XXS thinking, can you please spawn right now, sitting inside the pit?
Doing the dance. And you watch, the break comes out of the Yang. Somnus, he wants to move forward on this as he pops that BKB, but Borax wise to it, and you're broken. Dream Coil on the 4. Spear, I believe, snapping that Dream Coil. And then Monet's just in with the Battle Trance BKB. Running back, Mortimer's Kiss is not nearly enough with the Aphotic Shield on him as well.
Now Monet has double damage in the bottle. Level 20, so extra 30 damage. Finds Quiver, will definitely take that one immediately. Just cheap damage every 5 seconds. And it also works well. The fight,
they spotted FY as well as Red Panda and Yang. They've got the arena, they'll land the spear onto Yang, the damage onto FY. They get themselves a kill on both supports. They'll buy back on Red Panda immediately. They've got the disarm on Monet, but they've caught Yang by himself. Somnus and Eurus are coming over. They're going to try and help the Bristleback, but he's already dead. They dropped the Dream Coil right on top of them, and well, now he's got the Battle Trance. So the BKB, it's not going to matter. Somnus, he's forced to run, but he's already dead. They joined this fight way too late, and Eurus is going to take on the world, and the world will crush him in their hands. White Owl,
man, they just decided to fight into double damage Troll. They did not have a single dispel mechanic. They can't take it off of him. Now Roche, Cheese, Aegis, plus a shard. Let's see who decides to take the shard.
Could give it to this Puck.
Could give it to the Puck. Like, yeah, one way to break the coil.
But this is a fight that they just joined so late. Like, yeah, you got Borax, but Yang's not saved here. And now 2v4 is just not the situation you want to be in.
It's too much damage. They decide to go for the support first, which I really like. They should be doing that. Now, even more gold coming into their pockets, taking a tier 1 tower on the mid lane, which was holding for quite too long, 30 minutes.
So they gave the shard to Mars.
It's okay.
He's got the Kebab now.
Kebab?
The Kebab. Yeah, the Kebab spear. Get 2 heroes on it.
Okay.
Get a little hero kebab. Kebab? You a kebab guy?
Yeah, love me some kebabs. It's like comfort food, you know. If you don't know what to eat, kebab, shawarma, feels good. So Mars, a lot of overtime damage, overwhelming blink, jumping in, slowing them down, Cloak of Flames. Then you have, on top of that, Spear of Mars, dealing 35 damage per second. Then it also slows by 20%, so a lot of slow. Once those BKBs are down, and he's holding on to Cheese, again, proving why he is one of the best Mars out there. It's very hard to pick one, but
he's
definitely up there.
Might be top 3. Maybe even top 2. So 12k lead here for Aster Elephant. They're on their last legs. And they've only got 2. They're not Leshrac. They found Yang once again. Spear hits. It'll burn him out. They got the break, and well, they'll get the kill.
With the spear. I don't think they even need the break mechanic there. Spear turns him around, focus him down, and now they're gonna go for the high ground. Bristleback has a buyback. Let's see if he decides to get it. Blood already on the tower. Once Troll starts hitting on the building, like, you need to react to this. You need to either pop a glyph or you need to use a buyback, because he has 12 stacks already. And He's coming back in. Dispel that. Can't dispel the Hammond Halberd, but it doesn't last long because of the status resistance. He's going
They're going to
in.
go right after Eurus. Successful looking for his moment. He'll get the spear out onto this lifestealer, and they actually get the stun on the Monet, but he gets the battle trance off. So the Infest onto the creep, they'll turn their attention over onto Somnus. They'll get the kill onto the Dragon Knight. He's going to be there for 64 seconds with buyback. They've got themselves the Bristle up in 4. They're trying to hold these buybacks while they look to take the tier 3 tower, and they're going to go in on a Red Panda. They've got the Dreamcoat down on a FY, and now Eurus turning, trying to fight, trying to get something, but it's already a double kill for Monet. They've got the arena down the land. The Spear of the Fire Star Cookie sends them back right into these heroes on the side of Aster. They've got a triple kill now on a Monet. They'll look to take the tier 3 tower over bottom. They'll buyback on Yang, and they need to defend, but it's going to be tough. XXS looking for his moment. They've got the silence on the 3 White Album. They'll fall back and they'll get themselves at least a set of racks. The question is, do they want to die for more? They've got the overwhelming blink as well as the spear. He's making combats here with the most beautiful girl in the room, and that's going to be Yang dead. So they get a kill onto the Bristle, dead for 77 seconds, and he does not have buyback. They'll take this bottom set of racks. They'll back away, and they will walk out.
Yeah, top lane needs to be fixed. The mid lane also across the river. There is another double damage which Troll can potentially pick up. I like how in that fight Monet was not hesitating to use his BKB and ulti straight away, dropped low. Understands like, why don't I just pop my ulti and a BKB? I still have 2 full minutes left on my Aegis, and I do not want to get to the Sarp. Most of the players there will just be, I'll use the battle trance. I don't want to waste the BKB, then get the Sarm, potentially not resulting in a kill.
Right.
But yeah, he understands. And now Puck, like we didn't talk about Puck because he's just piling on those items. Blink and Sphere, so that's going to help them out against the Blink Initiation from the Dragon Knight, level 3 Dagon going into Dagon 4. Just, it's tough. I believe this is lights out for Elephant because Troll is getting too big, too much lifesteal. Satanic Gun, he's keeping that in backpack. Aegis will be reclaimed in 30 seconds. And lifesteal also coming out from the Vlads, extra 18% bonus damage. Like the kiting potential, the slow, they want to get in and out multiple times, like just reset.
But he just takes the tower for free.
15 seconds until Roche. We'll respect that. We'll take over the enemy triangle. How's the outpost? Radiant still holding their own outpost.
What do you do at this point? Down 24,000.
Desperation smoke time, I believe. Like, you try to go and make stuff happen. They're sitting behind Yang. It's kind of a same thing as a smoke. It's just like you're baiting, but the Aster, they know. They're smarter than this. They know something's cooking.
Smoke from Aster, they still want to stay aggressive. Elephant avoiding this, though. At least in terms of where they are on the map for the moment. Cross mid for some wards down. May leading the charge, feeling very confident. They've also got the overwhelming blink jump in from XXS.
He can afford to climb high ground if Abba
There's
is
the overwhelming blink. They find themselves
super far.
They're getting the kill onto the Bristle so quickly. He's just been broken. There's no way for him to survive, and he's not going to have buyback. He's dead for 53 seconds. They'll go after this. Lifestealer is going to try and TP out. Mortimer's Kiss is coming in, but they've got themselves a ban, and he's going to try and run. He'll infest into the Ogre just to buy himself some time, but Red Panda, he's gone. They're going to get themselves a 3rd kill here. It's closing time for them. Open up all the doors and let them out into the world because Aster have just beat Elephant 2-1, and they will take this series, ruin the chances of Elephant making the major, and shut it all down at Elephant as they had a chance with the first game victory, but 2 victories in a row for Aster close those dreams away, and that is all she wrote for Elephant.
Unfortunately for Elephant, they are